tracking for you this evening. Custom manufacturing platform Karkhana.io that drives digital transformation for India's manufacturing MSMEs has raised $6.3 billion in its Series A funding round led by Arkam Ventures and Susquehanna Asia Venture Capital. The round also saw participation from existing investor Vertex Ventures, Southeast Asia and India. To tell us how Karkhana.io plans to redefine the landscape of the Indian manufacturing industry, joining me now is its founder and CEO, Sonam Motwani. Sonam, welcome to Startup Street. Karkhana.io provides sourcing and contract manufacturing solutions to OEMs and tech companies through its manufacturing MSMEs network in India. If you could elaborate on your business model, how do you help OEMs with a custom range of manufacturing solutions? What are your offerings?
Firstly, thanks, Shruti, for having me here. To tell you more about what we are building at Karkhana.io. So what we have created is a custom manufacturing platform where we engage with OEMs across different product categories, across industries, and help them set up I'd say, their manufacturing supply chain, right from components all the way to complete assemblies. And we do that by aggregating capacities of multiple MSME suppliers across India, across mechanical components, across electronics, and integration of mechanical and electronics. And currently, we have about 500 suppliers on our platform. And using their capacity, we are serving about 100 OEMs across India.
Okay.
And this is across categories like electric vehicles, like medical equipment, consumer electronics, and aerospace, as well as drones.
Okay, let's talk about the fundraise now. Sonam, you plan to use the fresh funds to fuel expansion of your supplier base, establish a robust electronic supply chain, and drive expansion in the US and Europe. If you could elaborate on each of these plans and also tell us your growth targets.
So, Shruti, for the last year and a half, we've seen a very strong traction on our offering of contract manufacturing, where we take up the complete product requirement from a customer and then figure out suppliers for each and every component and then bring all the components together to deliver a completely assembled product. And today, most of the new age products are, more than 50% comprised of electronics.
Yes.
So with this understanding, electronics is a very important part of our supply strategy. And with this new funding round, what we aim to do is strengthen our supply chain in India for electronics and electronics assembly suppliers.
Okay.
And we would double down on our internal resources, our internal knowledge base, to learn more about electronics, as well as augment the existing supply chain in India so that we can have a much stronger offering for the OEMs that we serve. Also, so far, most of our business has been from companies in India, but with more global demand arising out of the need for alternate supply chains, in where India is very strongly positioned, given its
Yes.
strong skilled labor force and cheaper cost of manufacturing. We are seeing a lot of demand on the sectors that we focus on from countries like the US and Europe.
Okay.
So we are also working on capitalizing on that and setting up our teams to understand these geographies better and also customize our offering for companies in these countries and serve from India.
All right, Sonam, if you could quickly take us to the current business growth numbers, what is the top line looking like and what is the revenue model? How are you making money?
So today we do about 10 to 12 CR of revenue on a monthly basis. And this is growing more than 20% month on month. And in terms of what fuels our growth, Shruti, here is that from the start, we have had a very strong focus on being resource efficient and building technology wherever possible to extract most out of having a very smart team on ground, but also aiding them with right kind of tools, which extend to all our supplier base as well. so that we don't build an extremely people-heavy team, whereas use technology wherever possible to scale our operations.
Okay.
And this has been the core of how we have built Karkhana.io so far. So basically, going ahead, what we see is that given India has such a huge network of MSME manufacturers, we are building technology that is extremely
Yes.
accessible to the MSMEs so that we tie all of these fragments together, we tie all of their capability together and create a model
Okay.
which makes this fragmented ecosystem very accessible for the
Sure.
OEMs, not just in India, but globally.
Okay. So, now one final question, if you could answer that quickly. The pandemic highlighted the vulnerability of global supply chains and the need for diversification. And while there is a surge in domestic and global demand from OEMs, most small suppliers are poorly equipped to tap into newer order flows, to market their capabilities and find ways to maximize their capacity utilization. So, how are you helping them navigate these challenges? Before we let you go, if you could quickly share one use case with us.
Sure. So let me take an example. Today, as I spoke about, that most of the products that we build comprise of electronics majorly, and then say 60% electronics and 40% mechanical components. If we see the Indian manufacturing landscape, most of the suppliers are equipped with one capability. Most of them would not have the capability to build a complete product. So through our platform, what we do is we provide demand which is matched to the capability of a certain supplier to them, which means we put in a lot of effort on our platform to collect relevant information on every supplier, on their capability, on their experience, and what are the areas where they have the ability to scale with their installed capacity, and find them demand matched to their
Okay.
capability, and then use our tech to tie together multiple such suppliers to build a complete product.
Okay.
So let suppliers play to their strength and bringing our technology and our intelligence to tie all of that together and give a
All
complete
right.
product solution to the OEMs.
Okay, Sonam, keep empowering India's manufacturing MSMEs. And many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best for all your growth plans.
Thank you. Thank you, Shruti.